Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today's review is going to be on Snowrunner. So if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave a comment down below if you do enjoy the review, and let's make a start with that review. Snowrunner is a sequel to the 2018 Mudrunner, and it's developed by Saber Interactive, so you know it's going to be a good game and you know the port is going to be handled well. The game is described as an off-road driving simulation. Now I would take that a step further, and I think I would call this a truck driving RPG. I think the RPG is a better way to describe this game. The game doesn't really have a story as such. The objective is to try and build up the best possible garage you can, and the better trucks you have, the better equipment you have, the easier the game is. So like I say, you try and collect as much money as you can from contracts, and obviously the better trucks you get, the better upgrades you collect, it makes those contracts easier. So think about it a little bit like Gran Turismo. You're trying to build the best car possible, but in this instance you're trying to build the best truck possible, or collection of trucks. It isn't just obviously performance upgrades, you've obviously got an awful lot of visual upgrades as well, ranging from your dashboard stickers to hood stickers to hood ornaments to the colour of the car to alloys. So there's an awful lot to do in terms of visualizing your car as well as performance of your car or truck as well. Now overall I have been really enjoying the game, but there are a couple of frustrations. So the first one can be fixed, I think, with a very simple patch, and that's the writing. So the text size is just really tiny. Now all of my gaming, all of my reviews are done in handheld mode, and you need a magnifying glass to see it. It's really bad. A simple fix, and I hope it comes soon, is fixing that to text size. The second thing is the contracts. I think they've overcomplicated the contract system. It is quite confusing. It is like an RPG where you can do these contracts in any order. Obviously, some are easier than others because certain contracts you need certain trucks and things like that. Now, some of these are actually unavailable to select because you need to get a certain truck. But I wish there was an easier way of having it in order, of just saying, do this one first, this one second, this one third. I don't know whether that's just a personal preference, but I found it quite complicated. I think for maybe some casual gamers, it's going to put them off the game because you spend a lot of time on that menu sorting out contracts rather than the actual driving. And my final frustration is no mini-map. I was constantly pressing minus to go into the map, waiting for it to load, then it loaded, checking which direction I've got to go, closing the map, driving a little bit, reopening the map, checking which direction to go. Just a small map in the corner of the screen. It would make the game so much easier. I don't know why they couldn't do it, but let's hope they add that in as well. One bit of advice I could give you when you're playing the game is to use the skip time button. So you can see from the footage here, now I've gone onto the menu button, and if you look directly into the middle of the center of the screen at the top, you'll see what time it is. Now I'm going to skip the time forward away from dusk, and I'm going to go into the morning. Now the difference between how the game looks is literally day and night. During the day I think the game looks really nice. Once it does get dark, the graphics do take a big hit, the textures, how it looks. It does look quite poor at night time, but like I say, use that skip time button to make it look a little bit nicer. Saber Interactive have done a brilliant job here porting the game over. The game in terms of graphically reminds me a lot of the Witcher 3 port on the Switch, And I think they've probably taken roads, the water, the foliage, things like that directly from the Witcher 3 port and then put them into this game. Nothing wrong with that. It was a fantastic port. It runs at a really good 30 frames a second, and I don't think they should have probably pushed it any further than that or let it drop any below that as well. But overall, I think it's a really good port. The game comes in at £35, both physical and on the eShop. Now, there is a deluxe edition at £49.99, which comes with a season pass. I'm not 100% sure what exactly you get with that season pass. For me, I would just stick to the standard version. There's an awful lot to unlock anyway, without the need to pay any extra money. And I think around that price point, maybe £5 less, I'd have liked to see it at £29.99, but it's not too bad at that price point either. Other than Gran Turismo, I'm not really a fan of driving games, but this game is really addictive. The driving is very, very real, and having to use the winch, having to select the type of truck, having to change gear and use four-wheel drive, it has a very, very addictive quality, and because of that, I can't recommend it enough. The driving itself was such a great part of the game. Those few things I mentioned earlier were maybe personal frustrations, but things like the mini-map and the text size, I really do hope they bring out a patch and just add those in later on down the line. But overall, an incredibly fun and enjoyable game. I really hope you enjoyed the review. If you have, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, leave me a comment below about what you enjoyed about the video or what other reviews you'd like to see. But thanks a lot so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next review.